Hey guys, it's Julia. Today's episode is gonna be about bullying. Kind of like my struggles with bullying, how I've learned to respond to bullies, and how to respond in a healthy way that helps you and doesn't cause problems with the bully or person in your life that's tearing you down. So, my little intro is basically ever since I was a little kid, I have been called fat, ugly, annoying, stupid, weird, you name it. A lot of mean things have been said to me over the years. And I took everything personally. If you called me fat, I thought I was fat, and I tell myself every day, Julia, you're so fat, and stuff like that. And that didn't help anyone. It just definitely didn't help myself and my self-esteem, But, and that happened, and kind of 7th grade transitioning into 8th grade. I'm in 9th grade now. Second semester of 9th grade. Whoop whoop. Freshman year is almost over. So we don't have to get booed at the assemblies anymore because they don't like freshmen. But anyways, back to the story. So transitioning from 7th grade to 8th grade, I noticed that I was very depressed all the time. I never wanted to go out. I was self-harming. I used to cut, and don't ever do that. First of all, don't ever. I mean, I know I know that it's easier said than done not to cut, because after a while it became addicting to me. And I went through a stage where almost every day I felt suicidal. I wanted to kill myself. I had anxiety at school because I have a slight lisp and I have a stutter, and so I would pray that my teacher would never call on me to answer any questions or to read in front of the class. Reading in front of the class was my worst fear in class, because I felt like I looked so stupid, because everybody would laugh at me. They'd be like, you've tried to pronounce the word 3 times, get over yourself and just say it. And it was extremely hard for me, and I went through every single day. I felt some sort of depression, anxiety, and for the most part I felt suicidal all the time. And so it got to the point where there was one night I remember, it was in November. Oh, it rhymed. But the night in November, I don't remember the exact date, but I was basically looking at everything differently. I was looking at our kitchen knives, and I thought to myself, I thought that would be so nice to just take all my pain away in one swift movement. And I remember I had to call a suicide hotline, and I could not stop bawling. Like, I couldn't even talk. I was hyperventilating. The lady on the line was trying to talk to me and calm me down, and I just would not listen. And my mom took me to the hospital because literally I was gonna kill myself that day, because I was so tired of feeling so crappy about myself. Because I had been bullied for years and years and years on end, and I still get bullied to this day. Everyone goes through it, but at that time I felt like I was the only one. And everything that the bullies had ever said to me was constantly repeated in my head, and I heard it all the time. Like echoes in my head, not like I'm hearing voices, but the thought of, you're fat, you're ugly, go hide in a corner, put a bag over your head. All those things that people would tell me were stuck and super glued into my head, and I couldn't get those thoughts out. And so that's why I was so depressed all the time and so anxious. And so I went to the hospital. They sent me home, thank the Lord. But because by the time the therapist that had to evaluate me got there, it was so late and I was so tired. And but the thing is, that was all because of bullying. And I know a lot of kids who have committed suicide due to bullying. And it's terrible. Bullying is something that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. It's something so tragic and so cruel and hurtful that I really don't know why it's there. But it is. I mean, we live in a really messed up world, and there's some beauty in it. Bullying, however, isn't one of them. So that's like my little story of bullying. I'm not going to go into specific how to respond to bullying in a healthy way. When somebody ever says something mean to me, it's gotten to the point because I'm not someone who typically judges people, because I know that I could easily be judged by the things I do on a daily basis or the things I've done. I know that I can be judged in different ways. So I don't like to judge other people because, you know, it's not my place to judge. It's not my place to judge. So when somebody ever says something mean to me, you know what, I say, you know what, that's your opinion on me. I think I'm swell. You may think I'm this, and that, whatever you just said to me. That's your opinion. Now, I'm not going to tell you you're right, but I'm not going to tell you you're wrong because that's your opinion on me. You know, if you tell that person they're wrong, then they're just going to be like, they'll get all defensive and they're going to be like, no, I'm right, and stuff like that, and stuff's going to go down. And they're going to get defensive, then you're going to get defensive, and it's And so, basically, how to respond in a healthy way. If someone's ever bullying you, just say, you know what, that's your opinion. I think I'm pretty great. You may try to tear me down, but it's not going to work. You can say, that is your opinion. Think what you want to think, but I know that how I feel about myself is the truth. And, you know, if I know it's easier said than done, believe me, but if someone's ever targeting you and you just feel like, oh, you know, like, screw you and stuff like that, I mean, you can say that, but it's gonna be like clashing, because then they're gonna start saying more stuff, and then you're gonna start saying more stuff, and you both get defensive, and it's just, ugh. And it's not good. It doesn't help the problem. But if you respond in a calm manner, then they'll most likely back off, because they're going to be like, they're going to say, wow, you know, what we've done isn't getting to this person, so I still try. So that's how I would respond to a bully. And especially if someone is bullying you at school, or if someone's bullying you at home, I would tell a trusted adult. And I know that's like super cheesy, like, come on, Julia, I've heard this a million times, and I know some of you don't feel comfortable talking to your parents about this, but I was the same way until I had had enough with these people in my life that I was just like, Mom, this is what's going on at school. This is why I don't want to go to school every morning. You know, especially because adults have experience in the same way. Like I said, everybody has some sort of bullying, or has been called a name, or has had somebody or something be mean to them. And so parents get it. They really do. If you may think, you know what, they're ancient, but they're not. They're not ancient. They get it. They totally get it. Like, my mom got it, and she's like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. And if they tell you to ignore them, I know you're gonna hate me for saying this, but either ignore them or try to be as calm as you can when responding in a healthy manner to the bully. Because ignoring them, they're just like, you know what, this is stupid. I'm trying to get this person's attention. They're not even paying any attention to me. And if you respond in a calm way, saying, you know what, you have a nice day. That's literally what I say. I say, you have a nice day, sir or miss, you know. Because how are they going to respond to have a nice day? Like, honestly. So tell your parents. Definitely tell your parents or someone at school, like a teacher or a guidance counselor or the principal or someone that you can trust, a trusted adult. Or maybe a mentor or a therapist or someone. Because you're really going to need someone to help you with that emotional standpoint and with bullying. I know I needed so much help after being bullied for so long. I was constantly going to the school counselors and counselors outside of school. I just needed so much help that I couldn't fix things on my own, and I needed help. So definitely tell an adult. And if you guys have ever been bullied, I just want to let you know that I am so sorry. I am extremely sorry. I wouldn't wish my worst enemy to be bullied, because it sucks. And sucks is an understatement. because words hurt so much more than anything physical. And another thing to keep in mind with bullying, especially if it's like a friend or someone that you know that's doing the bullying, I'd kind of talk to them and say, hey, what's going on? I've noticed you've been kind of aggressive, a little, you can say mean if it's gonna help them in the long run. Because everybody is going through something, some sort of issue, some sort of problem, some sort of dilemma, whether it's big to you or big to them. You know, it's a big deal in general if it's big to someone. And so, I mean, like I say, this is something that I say often is everybody poops, everybody has problems. Some people have problems when they poop. And if you poop, you have issues and you have problems and you have emotions, you have feelings, you're a human being. If you don't poop, then that's a medical issue and you need to talk to your doctor, like, ASAP. I don't need to know about your pooping. I don't. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're a human being, you're going through something. Whether it's small or big, you're going through something. And a lot of times bullies who are going through a lot of stuff. Yeah, so I'm so sorry if you guys have ever been bullied. Again, think about that person and what they might be going through, because everybody has problems, everybody has a story. And tell a trusted adult. That's all I can say. And if you are having issues with like self-esteem and self-confidence because of bullying, please check out my How to Self-Confidence video. And if that doesn't help you or motivate you, you know, leave a comment, tell me what's going on, and I'll give you some advice if I have good advice, which let's hope I do. I mean, I've been through this stuff, so it's just another walk in the park to me. So thank you guys for watching, and stay strong.